Welcome to Fire Takes Podcast, where we give our hot, fire-coded takes on the internet's most interesting stories with a financial independence point of view. I am joined by my lovely wife, Gwen. Gwen, how are you doing?
I'm here.
You are here. So, housekeeping notes. Gwen and I had a lovely time on the FinTalks cruise. I think we
Best time.
alluded to that last podcast. Met and hung out with such amazing people. On that note, I think we have a lot of new listeners to the podcast, so I did want to mention we do release every other week on Friday mornings, and we've kept pretty well to that schedule. Things have come up. For instance, today is Thursday evening. we are recording kind of last minute, and Gwen is not feeling 100%, but Gwen is a trooper, and she is here for me and for y'all, and she's going to kill it, I'm certain.
As far as presents from a cruise, a cold that is nasty is, not the worst, especially in this situation right now. So
Right.
I can't complain. It was 100% worth it.
100% worth it, and you have a whole list of named diseases that you tested negative for, so that's a winner, right?
True that. I got like a whole Rolodex of things I did not have.
You just got some unnamed cold virus.
I'm sure it's fine.
Bah. Cool. So, all that being said, thank you, Gwen, for being here with us. We appreciate you.
I love podcasts because you get to hear my voice and you're not in danger of getting infected.
That's true. Only me. Only me. All right, here we go. Let's get right into it. Oh, we have a theme. Not every podcast has a theme. This one definitely has a theme. Today, we are talking about what we are calling bum-fi. So this is people who do the financial independence, retire early, and then they do the thing that I think a lot of people think we all do, which is they become a bum. They just...
Not a goddamn thing.
Not a goddamn thing. They just lay about. And, yeah. So we're going to explore some stories about what happens when you truly go bum-fi and get your pile of money and take the rest of your life off. All right. Our first story is from the R-Fire subreddit, and it is titled, I Want to Be a Bum. I am currently in my mid-20s with a decent net worth that is enough to coast fire. My goal is to acquire enough money so I can be a bum. However, I see lots of posts about how important it is to have aspirations or goals after you retire early. Since leaving work can be an identity shift, and the people around you will still be working. Does anyone else want to be a bum after they reach their fire number?
What do you think? Do you want to be a bum, Tim, after you hit fire?
I really don't want to be a bum. And also, you don't need $1 million to do nothing. I mean, look at my cousin. He's broken. He doesn't do shit. Yeah, that's a line from Office Space where they explore, what would you do with $1 million? And I think the main character of Office Space really does personify that desire to just be and do nothing. I don't think, we even really encountered people in the FI community, at least the ones that are coming to FI events and are truly part of the community that want to shut down after they fire.
Yeah. You can definitely not do anything. Or you could do all the things. It's really up to you. I would say, though, that I understand the appeal of not doing anything because, after you have done lots of things for a very long time, you're burnt out and you just need time to recover and relax.
Yeah.
And I would say that I definitely understand the appeal of doing nothing. I traded being slightly ill yesterday for sleeping all day, and it was glorious, despite the fact that I'm hacking up a lung. So I get the appeal, but I don't think that would last.
Yeah.
I can't see myself being a bum forever.
Now, when you were in your 20s, whenever you were OP's age, and you first stumbled across fire, do you think that you had this thought that, let me get to 35, let me hit my fire number, and then I will be a bum? Like, is that where you
Nope.
felt?
No. No, I wanted to get back to college lifestyle. I wanted to do some things here and there throughout the day, but just basically, be my own boss in my own time and schedule with some limited structure in there. I think I had it amazing in college, and I would desperately love to go back to that lifestyle.
Sure. And when we've talked a little bit about this too, of just having your friends in proximity, not having to use your car, those are two things that really appeal to us as things that really drive lifestyle contentment and general happiness and things that we look forward to in the future when we don't have to live in commuter communities.
Yeah, I think that was the part that was amazing about the cruise last week is that, we walked all over that ship. I walked almost 100,000 steps and did over 225 flights of stairs. We walked all over that ship, and it was amazing. And we ran into our friends all over the ship. And, we had to come home from the airport, and we got in the car, and I was like, oh, I don't want to be in a car. I want to walk everywhere.
Right. Yeah, no, that's exactly it, right? That cruise was, what we talk about is of being our ideal life, that we never have to get in a car, and we can find friends whenever we want, right?
Also, people feed us and change our bed every day.
Yeah, the whole I don't have to cook, I don't have to make my bed, all of that is
pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing as well. So maybe cruise bum-fi.
Hey, we got friends that do that too.
Yeah. Shout out to our cruise.
Shout out to our cruise friends. You know who you are.
Yep. All right. Any other thoughts on our mid-20s guy that wants to be a bum? There's just so much to do after FI, and FI gives you flexibility, it gives you options. And sure, one of those is to be a bum, I guess.
What happens if your wife calls you a bum?
We get that in the next story. This one is also from Our Fire. This one's titled, My Fire Journey. Wife called me loser. 41 male, $2 million liquid, $650K in retirement, and I get a $75,000 a year royalty from a business I sold. I recently retired. Wife is a school teacher. It's great for her health care, but I make $125K off of my liquid assets. Since November began, it's cold and dark early, so a lot of what I do Monday to Friday while she's at work is I play Grand Theft Auto, a video game, and I take THC edibles because there is nothing else to do where I live this time of year. My wife came home early today, and I'm stoned in the middle of my conversation with my GTA Online friends. She told me I'm becoming a loser, but this is me during the day when she works. I admit it's immature, but we don't have kids, and I just want to chill after working a stressful job for 15 years. I make dinner, clean the house, paid for our nice house, make twice what she makes as a school teacher from my assets and royalty income. If I want to get high and play video games when she's working, what's the problem? We take nice trips across the world in the summer when she's off. She said I'm too old for this, but there's not much else to do in the winter. I just want to chill, but I can tell she doesn't like it. Early retirement does not fit well into this society.
Newsflash, breaking. Wow, no kidding, really?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that calling your spouse names is not a great sign at all. And I would definitely challenge OP that there's nothing to do in November. Mm-hmm. Yes, it does get cold and dark, but there's plenty of things you can do. You can go to the gym. You can go join a social club, like at the Moose Lodge or whatever. You can even join indoor sports teams like indoor soccer league. You can join up with, I don't even know, like countless other, you can volunteer. Like there's tons of things to do. And like, again, I get the fact that he's worked hard and he has plenty of money coming in and he doesn't need to feel that. But that dichotomy between I am a productive member of society and I come home to my high-ass husband who's playing a video game.
Right.
Like, I could see how she would find that very unattractive, and probably that's a pretty steep slide to we are not together anymore.
Yeah, that is something that's important, is to maintain attraction inside your marriage, right? You want to be attracted to your husband, and I could see how that might be tough if he's a bump on the log on the couch all the time.
Yeah, I mean, if they have enough saved that he can retire, but she can't, and she comes home and he's just bumming around the house in the same sweatpants day after day after day, I'd be pretty resentful of that too.
Right.
I mean, he does say, he does all the laundry and cooking and cleaning and everything. So, like, he's got that going for him. He's not total. What was the word I was looking for? Asshole. But, like, they got to get on the same page ASAP.
Right. Well, I mean, this is, if you flip it into something that that society does accept more, right? It's a housewife. Now, if you have a housewife who maybe she does the laundry and she vacuums, but she sits on the couch and eats bonbons to the point that her body deteriorates and her husband's no longer attracted to her, right? That's basically what's happening here that we're seeing. And fire really is adjacent to the problem. And it's just because he's a guy, society doesn't, it doesn't fit well in this society, as he says, right?
I mean, heck, you know how I feel about pickleball, but man, he could go play pickleball.
Yeah. No, I think that's important. And I think that there's a lot of people in the FI community that move to fitness as something that they put a focus on, because it's really hard. And I'm sure it's been really hard for the last 15 years at his stressful job to take care of himself and develop those habits. But now that he has all this time, it's time for him to turn his health situation around, get in the gym, work out, and make sure that he's around to enjoy this life he's built for himself over those 15 years of hard work.
And spark that fire with his wife.
Yeah, right? Yeah, that'll help to spark the fire. But yeah, no, I think that's important, is that even if we're not working a W-2 job for the man, we still want to make sure that we're building our whole selves, making ourselves humans that we want to share with the world. Like our sense of self needs to be something you want to share with the world.
Agreed.
Top comment here. I feel like this is more a relationship counseling thing than a fire thing. I recommend getting on the same page as your spouse, as divorce can ruin a retirement quickly. And someone replies, last sentence, OP, read it 50 times. Drop any ego you could have and communicate with her.
Are they suggesting to talk to your partner?
It's weird.
Someone said, even if you can retire, you don't want to be a bum. She didn't want to marry a college weed-smoking bum.
Right.
I've got a nearly 8-figure nest egg, but my wife doesn't want me walking around the house all day in underwear eating ice cream. Even if I won the Powerball, she wouldn't want me doing that. Being a loser has nothing to do with money. Lots of rich losers out there. Lots of hardworking, honorable, poor people.
No, that's a really good point, is that money isn't everything, right? It doesn't make you good and righteous because you have money.
Can someone tell Elon Musk that?
But I think is it the smartest person in the world or the richest person in the world?
I think he thinks he's both.
Oh, because they're equivalent, right? Got it.
Yeah,
Just like OP.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Let us move on to our next story.
Story number 3. What's behind that door?
This is another one from the R Fire subreddit. It says, in quotes, can't enjoy life before I retire, end quote, mentality. Honestly, I'm tired of life, which is crazy considering I'm only 19.
Oof.
My general goal for life since I was 10 was to earn enough money to never work again and enjoy my life. Growing up, family finances weren't great. A simple medical emergency would have left us to starve. Fortunately, my dad was able to immigrate for work in the U.S. and sent enough money back home to live well. Unfortunately, the money wasn't invested well, so what should have been enough to retire is pretty much non-existent now. He still has to work. He's only 40, though. He wanted to fire, but it's not really possible for another 10 years at least. It was time for college, so I decided to go to the U.S. to live with my dad and pursue college here. Fortunately, I didn't have to take out a loan for studying, but I have zero interest in studying or working. At the same time, I don't really want to have anything else to do either. Typical Asian parenting has made me into a machine that only knows how to get good grades and nothing more. I have no passion or ambition. I know I'll get a decent chunk of inheritance, but I don't wish for that to happen anytime soon. I learned from my parents' mistakes, so I don't invest recklessly. I've managed to save up 3 to 4 times yearly expenses back home, but it's only about $20,000 here. How can I enjoy life as I work towards FIRE? I want to have fun and do new things in life, but it feels like I'm stuck in a rut, going to college 5 days a week for an engineering degree that I'm barely interested in, only to work a decade or two to save up retirement.
Well, kid, that's life. And it sounds kind of harsh, but that is our reality. And Opie needs to root out the cause of his malaise and go talk to somebody about it. Like, that's not a healthy mindset at all.
Right.
That's not great.
No, this is bad for a 19-year-old. Anything can be bad in the wrong hands. And it sounds like the FIRE mentality may not have suited his potential like mental state well, right? It didn't mix. It's like, oh, people are retiring early. Well, I'm 19. I'm going to get obsessed with that. But then I'm just going to be depressed because I'm not there, right?
Yeah.
There's definitely cultural issues here.
Mm-hmm.
Going to the U.S., seeing I guess the difference and looking at the money that he can make in the U.S., pre-planning geo arbitrage back to his homeland makes maybe FIRE even more attainable, which maybe also makes it feel closer, and maybe that's also wrapping him around in his depression, right? Of like, oh, I'm so close, or I could be so close, or I'm just starting. And it's like all of those things kind of at the same time, right?
Yeah. And I mean, as somebody who found FIRE early, I can tell you that there is a definite like trudge mentality of like, oh, I really wish that I was way closer to FIRE than I actually am because I'm so young and I'm just starting out. You know, I found FI when I was 21, not when I was 10. I can only imagine how bad it would be if I had found this when I was 10.
Yeah.
Because at least I had the ability fairly quickly to go out and earn money and like start to see that go through, whereas OP was 10 and you can pick up your neighbor's dog poop in their yard and babysit and mow yards, but you can't earn engineer money, you know?
Right. Yeah, so he's 19. He's just starting on his engineering degree. So, yeah, he's got 4 years before he's really even up and going. But also, OP, if I waved a magic wand and OP had an extra $500,000 or $1 million and he retired, OP hasn't developed a personality. He has no idea who he is right now, right? You've got to live a little life. And I would be concerned that if he's so distressed and mentally unwell, not only is he not going to do a good job of building his nest egg, he's not going to do a good job of developing himself.
Yeah, it's not great when the vast majority of your personality revolves around, I don't spend money. I'm saving it for the future.
Oh, yeah?
Ask me how I know that.
Yeah, I was going to say, that sounds a little familiar, but...
Yeah, so I would definitely suggest that, OP go see a counselor if they have one on campus, that he join a couple of clubs and finds that activity that, really lights, a fire under his butt and makes him want to live life and makes him want to enjoy life.
Right. And you just mentioned not too long ago how the college experience was something you aspired to as part of your FIRE journey. This he's too down on everything that he's not even having the college experience, right? He doesn't even have that to form his floor.
Go join a club. Go spend a little money and take some people bowling and go watch movies and go to stupid parties in some nasty ass basement with wood paneling and like a sticky floor. Like you don't have to do that to be part of the college experience, but that's part of the college experience, in my opinion.
Yeah. There's a pretty insightful comment here. He says, I'll go against the grain of this sub, but forget about FIRE. Ignore it. It doesn't exist. Become a broke-ass college kid who's living and scamming, going to parties, doing dumb shit, learn about you, what you like, what you don't, make friends and bad decisions. If you're unhappy with engineering, find something you think you will like and do that. Then, when you're out working and have lived a little, then think about FIRE.
Yeah.
But don't let it consume you, which it sounds like it's what it's done for the last 9 years.
Yikes.
It's an end goal for sure, but the journey there is just as, if not more so, important for defining who you are, what you enjoy. I'd rather work longer than be exhausted, bitter, and over life just because to be in a fire position a couple of years earlier. Oh, and seek therapy.
Agreed. On all counts.
Yeah. No, I think that's that shift in mentality that I think the whole fire community has gone through in recent years of, hey, enjoy the journey a little bit and make sure you know who you are whenever you retire. Otherwise, you're gonna hit a wall of what do I do now? What now? Right? To say what now when you're like 50 is you still got a lot of life ahead of you.
Yep.
So make sure
Say what now when you're 19? Oof.
Yeah. Right. That's a whole lot of life ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
It was Chris Rock who said, they say life is short, but life is long, especially if you make the wrong decisions. So.
Oof. Dropping truth bombs over there.
Yeah, he is. All right, so this last one, it's a pretty short one, and I thought it might be a fun conversation for us. This is, once again, from our fire. We're staying on one sub today. It's titled Wi-Fi. My wife loves her career, but I've never really enjoyed any of my jobs. I'd love to call it quits for good while she keeps working. We are essentially coast-fi already, so in theory, this would be amazing, ... for me. I do worry there could be some resentment in the future. Obviously, everyone needs to be on board before pulling the trigger. Curious to hear your experience.
Wise man.
Yeah, so great. Better than 2 guys ago who just retired and started smoking pot and not talking to his wife. It sounds like this guy at least wants to talk. So one up on him.
Yeah, this man is looking at his crystal ball into the future and can see the fate that the other OP is living right now. Mm-hmm. And I think I'm going to have to say that OP should talk to his wife.
And I mean, they say coast-fi as well, so somebody's got to keep working, right? That's Wi-Fi, right? Is that you can only afford to retire because your wife's still working.
Yep.
So the other thing to think about is he hates his career. Maybe there's some job, maybe there's something that he does like, right? And he doesn't have to slide into the bum-fi lifestyle.
That's true. He could just go do something else that he enjoys that maybe doesn't earn so much money,
Right.
but gives him fulfillment in other ways.
When I dream of my time being Wi-Fi, I see myself maybe teaching a college class and doing something I can walk to work and do. Like that's Wi-Fi for me.
Yeah, I don't like Wi-Fi.
It's not true. If I took out the Wi-Fi in this house, you would be a wreck.
I would also be a wreck if you took out the Wi-Fi, but I'm saying Wi-Fi.
Oh, yeah.
I do not approve because I was the one who wanted to retire early, long before I ever met you and got married to you. And here you are,
Here I
8 years
am.
older than me, just coasting off my work. And I'm like,
Plotting away my Wi-Fi future.
that man is just sitting there on the couch in his underwear eating Ben and Jerry's or watching ESPN 8
Yep.
Mm-mm.
Pillow fighting championships and THC edibles. I can see it now.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine the e-scooter races on edibles?
Oh my God.
Ooh.
All right. So we're not going to do a whole podcast on ESPN 8 The Ocho.
It's real. It does exist.
But
it's
it's
amazing.
real. It exists. It's amazing. Pillow fighting championships. We watched axe throwing last night. E-scooter racing.
Axe throwing from 2019, no less.
Right.
We could have just looked that up on the
yeah.
internet and see what events happened.
No, this is like old school TV where we just flip on and whatever's on is on. Like it's a blast from the past.
I didn't even know that competitive pillow fighting was a thing.
No.
But watching 2 extremely fit men just beat the crap out of each other with pillows with special straps on them so they can like hold them.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. No. It's great.
So that's our plug for ESPN 8 The Ocho. Chez Magnifique. All right. Anyway, back to Wi-Fi. Okay. Beyond what I'm going to do when I'm Wi-Fi. So you are anti-Wi-Fi. Do you think it's primarily because you introduced me to the concept of Fi, so you would just feel salty about it?
Well, no, I love you so much. I want to spend all my time with you. And the only thing that makes going to work, manageable is knowing that you're also miserable and alone at work. And if you're not miserable and alone at work, then that means you're here at the home miserable without me.
Yeah,
And I'm miserable at work without you, which that doesn't seem like the correct level of misery.
No,
It's not equivalent.
It's not a balanced misery.
No.
Okay. But we do know people who make it work, right?
We do, and mad props to them. And if you love your job that much and you find that much fulfillment in there and you don't need to work, then, it's amazing. But, if we were Wi-Fi, it'd be because I had to work. And so we had, health insurance or something.
Right.
And,
But also our friends that are Wi-Fi, they're doing kind of the things that we've talked about during this episode. They're bettering their health. They're bettering their minds. They're doing things to continue building themselves up as whole people that are interesting and
yeah, they are not sitting on their butts in front of the couch eating ice cream in their underwear watching ESPN 8 The Ocho.
or GTA and edibles.
Or GT and edibles, either or.
All that to say, my hierarchy of things I've taken away from the FI, my learning of the FI movement, first off, financial independence. I think that is, regardless of your retirement plans, financial independence, I think, is for everybody. Everybody should pursue financial independence. It just makes sense. Don't let the man hold you down.
Screw the man.
Right.
Stick it to the man.
Yeah. Below that, retire early. Right. I think it's great if you can. If you have the discipline to continue living your life, continue living a healthy life, continue living a fulfilling, meaningful, purposeful life, by all means, retire early.
Yeah.
And then below that is bum-fi.
Yep.
Don't be a bum.
When I think about retirement, there's so much that I want to do and so many things that I want to learn, and I just don't have the time or brain power right now while I'm working. But man, I just want to do all the things. And I'm going to be one of those people that's I don't know how I ever had time to work. I'm so busy now. Well, let me tell you what, I'm going to rock that fitness class with my gym moms who are in their 70s.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah, I want to get fit. I want to eat better. I want to take nice long walks with you and drink coffee in the morning together, or tea or whatever hot beverage. I want to explore all of the things that we could do in our capacity that doesn't involve working around corporate job hours.
Right. 100%.
Also, for all of you that just rolled your eyes, made yak noises while I was saying all these cute things, listen, a reminder that we are newlyweds and we still really love each other, okay? So, I just want to spend all my time with him, okay? Stop judging me.
Yeah, we got a few more months of that at least.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't see that ending anytime soon. Right, babe?
Right. You love me too, right, babe?
You're definitely not going to end anytime soon.
I'm scared. Those were scary eyes.
I'm a delight. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, now I know why you didn't want to record video for this episode.
Other than the fact that my nose looks like Rudolph right now.
Yeah, that's probably part of it.
Yeah.
All right. We will. I know we recorded 2 episodes and we created some shorts out of those, and I would like to do it again. But yeah, it's a different vibe when we're recording video. So
yeah.
Sorry. Hope you guys are enjoying our audio only podcast for now.
I mean, we can make shorts audio only too. It doesn't have to be just video. They are more
That's
engaging
true.
when they're video, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we can just put up a picture of Bartholomew behind the audio. Everybody loves a cute cat.
Dude, we would lock in.
Dude, okay, hear me out. Video of Beamu being adorable.
Right.
Over with our voices
talking.
over. Yeah.
Yep.
Boom.
All right. New podcast short theme dropping. Probably not this weekend though, because it's Valentine's Day and we're newlyweds, and we've got comedy tickets.
Yeah, we're gonna go see Taylor Tomlinson. It's Chicago.
Tomlinson.
So excited. Also, I'm going to go buy all the fabric in the warehouses in Chicago.
Oh, yeah. We got
Tim's very excited to hold all of the fabric that I'm going to be buying. I'm getting into making my own clothing. I'm starting with shirts. We'll see how it goes.
You'll do it? All right. Let's see it. Thank you, everybody, for listening, and we will see you here in a couple of weeks.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for listening to the Fire Takes podcast. Wanted to remind you that this is an entertainment podcast. Gwen and I, not financial planners, just opinionated. There are many ways to reach us if you just go to firetakespod.com, including email, Instagram, Reddit, YouTube. You can hear more from Gwen at firymillennials.com. Thanks for joining us. Bye.